welcome back to another video. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
Hi guys!
Anyways, welcome back to another video. Today is a sit down video with the fam. And so obviously we did house tours and we said that we'd hop on here and explain to you guys why we have thought or been thinking about moving. And we did everyone all in the video. Everyone's here because I didn't want everyone to sit here and say that it's always Heather not happy in the house, because first of all, I'm going to tell you, I love my house. I wouldn't change anything about it besides the kitchen and master bathroom, but I do like my house. I like my pool. I like my yard. I like everything about my house except for the location.
Well, we graduated, so it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't know. Like, oh, we plan on moving once I graduate high school, because there's like no reason to like move now.
I guess I'll start with the things that I feel like would benefit our family to be elsewhere than here. So if I could pick my house up and move it back to the original place we lived, original town and city, I would. And so I know everyone says we move so much. I want to be clear. We moved here to Florida in 2017, and we lived in a rental when we first moved here, because we didn't know anyone that moves from Indiana to Florida or Indiana to any other state. Number one, you don't know where you want to live. You don't know where good schools are. You don't know where good areas are. You can do as much research as you want online, but you really don't know. So we chose to rent a home in the area near Clearwater, where we used to live, because we vacationed there. And the rent was extremely high. And it was supposed to be a rent to buy, and when we went to buy it, after the 2 years of renting at that home, they doubled the price of the home, and it wasn't even worth it. So that is how we ended up moving north from there, and we did buy a home there because the homes were way cheaper and larger. And then we all know, or new people may not know, we had problems because we filmed in the school. So obviously we learned our lesson. We don't film in the schools anymore, even though everybody does. We just don't do it. So at that time, the news had given out our address. We had camera crews sitting outside of our house, and they had great schools. Did I complain the area was country-like? Yes, it definitely was. And there wasn't a lot to do in that area either. You had to drive, what, 30 minutes?
At least.
30, 40 minutes to kind of go do stuff. But we probably would have stayed there if it wasn't for us filming at the school and everybody making it this huge ordeal, when it could have just been a phone call. Hey, don't do this, whatever, and it would have been done and over with. But anyways, so not getting into that. And then the third time we moved is because of the problems we were having and everybody putting our address out there and whatever. So we kind of in a way had to move, and we were only at that house for a year. And so we're here. Friends of ours talked us into moving here, said it was a great area, always stuff going on. And there's never nothing going on. There is nothing to do for these kids. Like, nothing. If Emma wants to do anything with her friends, it's an hour drive. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's in Sarasota.
Yeah. So everything is like everything that they go do. Even when she wants to go to Sky Zone, it's almost an hour. So,
we ain't doing no more.
so there's really nothing to do here for the kids. So that is just where one of the negative things is, it's just boring, right? I mean,
It even shows you though, even with doing research and trying to pick where you want to be, you still don't know until you get there.
Right, right. When we looked at this neighborhood, we knew that there were elderly people here. we did not know that 90% to 96% of them were elderly. And they're not nice.
I wouldn't know that it's that high. I just think that they're not very nice, so the kids don't come out.
Maybe.
I mean, they do and then they don't. It's like they do and then they play in the street in front of a certain house, and then Joe across the street bitches enough that runs them off.
Yeah, so we've had problems with our neighbor across the street. He actually chest bumped Mark pretty much and got in his face because the kids were playing in the street, and where he's from it's illegal, and I said, well, this is Florida, it's not illegal. So it was kind of stuff like that. They've taken pictures of Ellie on her bikes. They constantly call, like, so we pay HOA fees and they're not cheap. Like, this is probably the highest HOA fees in this area where we live, and the kids, she is not allowed to be on the basketball court, she is not allowed to be on the tennis court, she is not allowed to be in the fitness center, the pool table room, the game room, the office room, the office center. No, they just did new HOA rules. The only place you can be by yourself is the pool. Does that make any sense? She can drown by herself, but she can't be on the basketball court.
Play basketball.
They're not allowed to ride their bikes on the sidewalk. And then when you ride the bikes in the road, the elderly people take pictures of them and put them on like this, it's called Nextdoor, and then they all complain about the kids in the neighborhood. So it's been tough. So it's okay for her here because you have to be 16 or older to get a pass to be at the amenities. She has 4 more years of not being able to do anything, and we pay the same amount of HOA fees as everyone else. So it's kind of crazy. So that's disappointing. And stores close early here. Because we are, let's say, 80% elderly, they go to bed early. So like restaurants and stores close super early. So by the time you eat dinner and you want to go to a store, it's closed. Our Walmarts and Targets are not even open 24 hours like they used to be. There are no like Springs. So, just things like that I miss. We have friends. I have like family friends that I still talk to over there. Becky, Karen. There's no like family, nothing like that. It's kind of a realization when we were talking about Emma's graduation party. We were talking about having a graduation party and who would she invite, right? Because it's not like my aunt, Carrie Jo, or not like my cousins are gonna fly to Florida to come to her graduation.
You could ask.
I know they're not. None of them are flying to her cousin's wedding. So, I mean, we could fly there and have a graduation party for sure, but then she can't invite her friends. I really haven't met any like family friends where we could all hang out. There's one guy in here that I think would be a family friend, but he has a son. And they used to hang out, but I don't know. I've never met the wife, and we've never like, he did say if you ever want to come over or whatever, but location, the elderly population, nothing to do, everything being so far away are probably the top 4 reasons for me why I would like to have my kids and my family in a different location. And I will be clear that none of this is like we are not 100% moving. We're not 100% not moving. Everybody's opinions are taken in consideration to some extent. She's struggling more with it than
What am I struggling with?
this one wanting to move. Give you like, it goes Clearwater, what is it? Clearwater, Indian Rex Beach, Madeira Beach, Bel Air Beach.
I don't know all the beaches.
There's like 22 beaches that go down from north to south. Every weekend there is a festival. Every weekend there was something going on at one of those beaches. All the churches over there would have festivals, and it was funny because when we were looking at houses, one of the Catholic festivals we go to all the time when we lived there was the next weekend. So I don't know, there's just festivals that are always going on. There's always something to do, always. And it's all less than 15 minutes.
Oh, depending on traffic.
Yeah.
It could be more.
And then the other part of it for me is financial. And I know some of you guys are little, younger, whatever, don't understand finances and whatever. But the way that the Florida market is going, the houses are just through the roof right now. You can get a good deal, and it's on both ends, selling and buying. So you can get a good deal and you cannot get a good deal. It just depends. But we purchased our house a little over a year and a half ago. And our house has almost tripled in value. And we've had it appraised, and actually a house 6 houses down just sold for $952,000, our exact house. Emma at some point will be moving away and can go, move away to college and whatever. And we can purchase, even if it's a tad bit smaller house, we can purchase a smaller house with almost cash. And I know that might not make sense, but there are homes over there that we can purchase with the cash that we'll make from our home here and not have a house payment. And potentially pay cash for a house and not have a house payment. And that's definitely an option. Or we could get a house on the water, whether that's boat access or beach access that we've always wanted since moving here, where we would be able to hop on the jet skis while the kids are at school, go play for 2 hours, dock them and leave.
I'll be out of school.
I'm just saying, whatever. We would literally be able to get on them anytime we wanted. And those are my main reasons. And I know some of you aren't going to understand it. I know some of you are going to be like, oh, it's just excuses. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, she's never happy. And it has nothing to do with that. I'm happy in my home. I love my home. The last thing I was going to say too is a lot of people will say, oh my God, you just did all this work to your home. All this work that we did to our home is getting us that price. So it's not that we're not making our money back plus. We are definitely going to pull every dollar we've put into it back out plus, and possibly be able to pay cash for a house and not have a mortgage payment. And not be in an HOA where we have to pay an HOA fee as well. So anyways,
Pretty much the same reasons, same logic. I mean, area you live in, money's the number one factor here.
I mean, I will say that none of us are enjoying the thought of moving.
No.
Packing,
No.
moving, and then unpacking, and yeah.
I get to redo my room.
Yeah, I'm really one.
I enjoy the repaintings, the redoing everything. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Good times.
So I decided that I'm taking a gap year, which I'll still most likely end up living for a year, like here, until I don't know, like save up, learn how to do some stuff on my own while I still have access to my family's help. Like not fully like on my own, but like on my own. So like one of the houses we looked at, there was like a whole house downstairs and then there was a whole house upstairs. So I would get the whole downstairs. There was like its own door, there was a whole kitchen. We filmed it, so if you watch that video, you would understand. So like I would like
be on your own, but your parents would still be near.
If I needed to like know how to do something.
Mommy would still come help
I
you.
would still go upstairs, like hang out with the family and stuff, but live on my own to get the feel, like figure everything out. And then eventually, like after the year's up, I decide what I want to do, or if in that year I decide like I would move out. But like that's just like the point of it, I guess, like the idea.
So some of the houses have like an entire house. There's not many in Florida, I will say.
The first house was great. I loved it.
But it was way overpriced, just so you guys know. Or a lot of the houses have, they call mother-in-law suites, where they have a bedroom, a living room, and a kitchen. and a bathroom. So it's the same thing. It's just more like an apartment than a house. The first house that she's talking about was like her own house. Had 3 bedrooms?
2 bedrooms, so
Yeah.
I would have a roommate. They would also like rent out that like space. Like we would obviously like share, split, whatever. Like I would rent down like the bottom space, like as like I'm living on my own, like just to get the feel of it and stuff. So like I would have a roommate because like it was a big space and stuff, and that's what I would want. And like I don't know, you know, if Elizabeth lived down here, we would like rent that out together, and we would just live there like with parents upstairs. But it's like your own place, because yeah.
Anything else you want to add of, are you okay with moving?
I don't really care. I graduate, and I mean like nothing's holding me here, so and plus like if I were to go to college, I would just leave this town anyway. So like I'm leaving either way. Like if I were to go to college, I would leave this town to go to a different town. So it's like the same thing as moving. I'm just not going to college, so it doesn't really bother me. And like even like the acquaintances or like the friends that I have here at school, like they're going off to college too. So like I'll be here alone, like taking a gap year. Like I have, like everyone will be gone.
And that's the other benefit of moving too. We would be closer to, what's the college in Tampa?
FSU.
So we'd be closer to FSU. So if she wanted to commute and take a couple classes or whatever, you know, during her off year or whatever, she would still be whatever. And even to the one, what's the one in Orlando?
I don't know. I don't know.
There's a college in Orlando that would be like an hour and 20 minutes from us. So anyway, so that's kind of, I thought, the benefit of being back that way, plus having things to do. And she still does stay in touch with a few of her friends back that way. And I'm sure if we moved back there after a few months or so, they could rekindle and hang out and stuff again.
We would live close by the gym.
Yeah. So if she wanted a super senior on her off year, she could.
Super senior.
But yeah, so
I don't really care.
just to be clear, like she said, she doesn't care. Ain't nobody forcing her to say it.
Well, it's like if I wasn't like if I was gonna move out when I turned 18 and I was graduated, it's the same thing as moving just with you.
But you know, I miss them morning drives down the beach line, drinking my morning drink
When would you do that?
every day after I dropped Ellie off school.
Yeah.
I'd take the
That's-
big loop around.
It's the same thing as Casey Key here.
No,
Casey
nothing like
King
Casey
doesn't have
King.
nothing on that.
no. You can't even say it does. You're telling me that beach drive feels like the same? No.
Just drive.
The restaurant is easy.
Yeah, we'll be back at our favorite restaurant.
It's still gross.
The one on the beach that we always took everyone to.
Palm Pavilion.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know. We're like literally, we'd be 20 minutes from Busch Gardens. I would have no problem taking Ellie and her friends to Busch Gardens on the weekend. Now it's like 2 hours. So it just sucks. Like running them to Busch Gardens. We have season passes, but
Been twice.
yeah.
In Hollow Scream, we had to buy extra tickets to get into that place.
Yeah, your season passes don't come with tickets to Hollow Scream, so you had to buy separate. But yeah, so I mean, and we're like Orlando. Orlando has everything. Skydiving, go-karting, Disney, all the water parks, Volcano Bay, every single thing, and that's only 45 minutes. All right, guys, so that's it for our video. We hope that this clears everything up for you guys. I know there's still be people saying, you know, negative things. Just
We don't
ignore
care about
them.
'em.
Move on. Don't even reply to them because we could care less. So, if you guys have any other questions about us moving or anything else, comment them down below. If not, we will see you guys tomorrow back with another video.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Endangered species hard to find.